last tackle. Comes to Luai. 5th tackles have let him down. Samuela Fainu. And it's just letting them down again. The difference, you could say, between these sides, just some professionalism, just some polish. Because other than that, it has been so tight.
They really haven't made the most of the advantage the breeze was going to give them in this second half, the Tigers. There's no doubt. I haven't seen them try a 40-20 from their, coming out of trouble.
Fogarty stretching his legs. I'll tell you what, it's the Canberra players at home here that they're a little leg weary. A few cramping players. Big run from Papa Lee, almost a halfway. Outside, inside. Weeks, though, ran it up by the marker, Terrell May. Tigers have missed just 13 tackles. Outstanding defence from them. Offload, though. Paddy, almost through. Great tackle by 12. 22 is the best the Tigers all year in terms of missed tackles. They're well below that right now. High kick, and Jed Stewart has a shot at it. It's going to be grounded by Timoko, but that looks like a clear Stewart knock on.
Coming into 6, no try. Confirmed Jed Stewart knock on first.
So this will be Tigers ball, 8 the margin, 8 to play.
Yeah, no question about Jed Stewart winning
Kick chase being cleared.
Winning the jump. Miles over the top of Sania Taruva.
Jed Stewart touches the ball and then it travels forward on the last tackle. We have a decision.
So stay tuned here on Fox League because there will be a presentation if Canberra win. There will be a presentation of the JJ Giltman Shield. They've never won here in Canberra. Well, the Giltman Shield in the glory days was for the premiership. Of course, they won it 3 times, but only once minor premiers. Back in 1990. I'm sure you've heard that by now. It's a great time to be a Raiders fan. As usual, they might have to go through some nervy moments. Barely a game goes by, they don't...
Well, they'll get nervous if the Tigers can conjure something in the next few minutes.
That's right. Here's a flat play, but the ball there gets going. Latu Fainu taking the line on. Strong run, Latu Fainu carrying Owen Paddy along for the ride. Close enough here to perhaps trouble him with a high kick. Luai putting it up, coming down 5 away. Buller, he balks Weeks. Knock on.
You can challenge it.
Now, is this where we have gone a little lax on the old disruptor?
Okay, captain's challenge, Joey. Kick on tackle 5. Raiders are challenging decision of a disruptor. On-field ruling, knock on.
The sort of rule.
The disruptor's still in, is it? Still part of the game?
The disruptor was very early season cracked out.
Sort of been pushed
Kick chase
to the side.
I got a feeling this one might get up. This one looked pretty clear.
We're looking at Jerome Buller here.
Jerome Buller gave the impression that he was going for the ball, but he jumped way too early, I think.
Jerome Buller initially puts his hands out and then feigns to compete by pulling out. This is a disruptor. The challenge by Canberra is successful.
Yes,
do you think Jerome Buller his intention was to disrupt, or he just got his jump wrong, and when he realised he was going to be short of the ball, he just pulled his hand away? He could have left his hand out there.
He should have.
That would have made it tougher.
He should have. Players, they become sophisticated at looking at the ball. They work that out. Now they're going to have to be more sophisticated at keeping that hand
quick
close.
tap, Dan. Quick tap, Timoko.
Yes, Canberra ignoring the chance to... Well, they can't sleep on the Raiders.
Well, they're into the wind in midfield, so you understand it.
7 to go. There's a carry now from Sasana. Canberra played the Dolphins, by the way, in Redcliffe. Dolphins might be in the fight. That'll be Sunday afternoon. That's a Fox exclusive, 2 p.m. And fascinating. Ricky didn't give much away with Jay Duke and Brandy pre-game about whether he'll rest a lot of players.
It's got to come into consideration, doesn't it?
Well, especially playing a Sunday game too. You don't know when they're going to be scheduled. Those qualifiers usually get Friday or Saturday treatment in week 1. And they'll be definitely playing one of those. Fogarty's going to run. Then gives it on to Weeks. Weeks with a little pass. Typical the chip kick. Tigers everywhere. And the Tigers snuff it out again.
Well, that got the crowd on their feet there. A bit of excitement from the Raiders. They've played within themselves this afternoon. It hasn't been the razzle-dazzle Raiders. And nice to see Jamal Fogarty just aware of a run possibility on the 5th play there.
Only 3 offloads to speak to that point you made, Greg Alexander, and their worst this year is 4. So they're at still 5.5 to go, but it's the least offloads in the game, and the Tigers still aren't done here. But they need to get these last tackles right. The high torpedo kick, and no problem. Coruscant's kick swallowed up by Weeks. They're getting closer, Canberra. Now Weeks breaks away. Heath Mason missing, and then desperate down low. This might be one of the more unusual Canberra wins. Not a runaway in the second half, but also not a heart stopper. They just go the distance. Usually some form of high drama when it comes to the Raiders. Good start of this set. Hosking. Followed up now by Patty. Young running out of dummy half. This is an outstanding set. There's an offload. Tarpany away. In for Ethan Strange! The Modern Premiership! The Gilded Shield is coming to Canberra! For the first time in 35 years, the Raiders will finish the season top of the table. Oh boy, they had to work today. They can unpack it now. They can get rid of the bubble wrap, give the bubble wrap to one of the kids, and let's enjoy this here in Canberra as the team in green is off for another victory.
Couple of runs out of dummy half from Hudson Young in the last few sets really have sparked the Raiders, and gets out of dummy half, beats a tackle, and then flops one out there to Joe Tarpany. We've been talking about the lack of offloads, a couple in that movement, and Ethan Strange. Just look at Ethan Strange there, out the back, wondering what's going to happen, ready to pounce, ready to go if required. Tarpany, footwork, and then Strange just accelerates into space, gets past the cover defender, the Tigers cover defence, and scores another try. That's 5 in his last 3 weeks.
And their leading try scorer now. You can't have a game now without Strange, who takes over from Savage as top try scorer, making some serious contributions. He already had a try assist, now gets a try. Some excellent work in the lead up. Now the crowd can breathe a sigh of relief.
Well, they've come here to watch the presentation of the JJ Gilton and Chilton. They're allowed to get ahead of themselves. The crowd, they came here expecting that today, and they're going to get it.
It took 76 minutes, 77 minutes, but these Canberra Raiders fans, they had to wait 30 plus years. They can wait a few extra minutes. 24 to 10. Tigers have been brave.
Tigers have been brave. They've succumbed to the side that has become the second half specialist this year. The Raiders, I would say this might be 7 occasions this year where they've been down at half time and been able to come over the top of teams. Tigers have been brave and they've all played their part. The Tigers, Jed Stewart's had a cracking game, done some great things.
Yeah, 12-0 in this second half. So again, a pretty cosy margin in the second period. That'll be 5 in the last 6 weeks. Short restart. They might have another one in them now. Now they can release the shackles. Out it comes, the shield. And it's Tamale. Shakes off a bit of rust this afternoon. Returning to first grade. Noah Martin getting some game time. Isn't it a beautiful shield? It's a beauty, as is this run from Papali'i. And the crowd seeing on the video screen, they're getting the same pictures you're getting. They're excited about the presentation. Now Hosking threatens, inside to Paddy. Paddy with the chip, here comes Stewart. Oh, Taruva cuts it off. And Taruva silences the crowd.
Well, just starting to open up the Raiders at the back end of the game. Some great footy there. The ball movement, the offloads. A great example of what they can do in attack.
Tigers, they finished their season against the Gold Coast Saturday 5:30 at Seabus. Oh, a little audacious kick here from Luai. It's got, it had Taruva. He had it the whole way. It was just too much angle, and Taruva didn't haul it in, and Luai's upset. Now Canberra's going to get one last shot to give this crowd another reason to cheer.
Tigers were able to get through 17 sets in the first half, Dan, and I think a big reason why they were only down by 2. They've only completed 9 sets in the second half, which has taken away their ability to use the wind, and it's given Canberra plenty of territory, which is better than 70-30 at the moment.
Listen to him. Isn't that some sight? And we're going to get it twice more because they've got 2 home finals. And they should be happy. It's been a long time coming, a season like this. Less than a minute to go. The Raiders trying to finish in style. They look like they're going to maintain a second half shutout. Morgan Smithies. Paddy. Papali'i. He has not stopped since coming back for his second stint. That's pretty much the norm. 17 runs. He's ageless. Now Paddy, he has a dart. He scored a lot of tries in the lower grades. Has 2 in first grade. Maybe only a couple of plays left now. Tarpany out the back. Fogarty's been outstanding. Long pass to Sungy. And now one final chance here in the Canberra sunlight. It's played to Timokor. In fact, no, there's an error, and that is it. The crowd counts it down. And this Canberra Raiders outfit has done something very special. Yes, their big games are still to come. This is not the prize they're playing for. But when you haven't won silverware in 31 years, days like this are days to savour. The last team to do it for Canberra. Have a listen to some of the names. Belcher, Meninga, Daly, Ferguson, Stewart, Lazarus, Steve Walters, Dean Lance. The team of 1990. They're now joined by the likes of Fogarty and Strange, Kyo Weeks, these young stars with this big forward pack, Tarpany and Papali'i and Horsburgh. It's an exciting time here in Canberra, and no one is going anywhere because there is a presentation to come. Special day in Canberra. The Raiders over the Wests Tigers 24-10.
What an amazing season. We want to say thank you to the West Tigers this afternoon. Folks, for us, it's a little tricky. Of course, we know in 2025, the ultimate goal has not been reached. However, this afternoon, what we've witnessed, this year, what we've witnessed, that is not nothing. So folks, we have the side behind me right now. Let's be as loud as we can right now. Let's hear it for the 2025 NRL Minor Premiers, the mighty Toyota Falklands Canberra Raiders! is incredible. We have three special guests on stage with me this afternoon. The CEO of the NRL, Andrew Abdo. Andrew, thank you so much for being here. We know you were in Melbourne last night. Dennis Richardson, Chair of the Raiders, and Don Furner. And what about this, folks? We have a very special guest with us this afternoon. And it is, of course, the JJ Geltman Shield! Andrew, as I mentioned, thank you so much for being here today. We know you were in Melbourne last night to celebrate Craig Bellamy's 600th match. I'm going to ask you, Ford, to say a few words. Please welcome Andrew Abdo.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute privilege and pleasure to congratulate the Canberra Raiders on an outstanding achievement of winning the 2025 minor premiership. Congratulations. This has been a wonderful season so far, and I would like to acknowledge the success of the Canberra Raiders. First of all, to the leadership group, I'd like to acknowledge Dennis Richardson, the chairman, and the entire board. I'd like to acknowledge Don Furner, the CEO, and the entire management team, and everyone who's worked so hard behind the scenes to make this season successful. I'd like to acknowledge Ricky Stewart, the coach of the Raiders, the entire coaching team. Not just for Ricky's leadership, but the entire coaching team and all the people that have worked so hard behind the scenes in preparing the team. And then, importantly, I'd like to acknowledge the players. Joe Tarpanay, the captain, the entire playing group. It's been a wonderful season so far, but the best is yet to come. It's going to be a wonderful and exciting final series. So finally, I'd like to acknowledge the Canberra Raiders fans. This is a wonderful community club. And you've come out and supported your team throughout the season. And you should be very proud of this team, but you also should be very proud of this club. Exciting times ahead. Now, without any further ado, it's my privilege to call on the captain, Joe Tarpanay, and the coach, Ricky Stewart, to come forward and accept the JJ Geltman Shield. Congratulations.
Hey guys, first and foremost, I want to thank all of you, the fans and members. Without you, we don't get this beautiful job we get to do every week. To the boys, thank you for letting me be a part of you, lead such a great group of men. And last of all, thank you, Stick, for giving me this opportunity, for giving us all the opportunity. Thank you to the City of Canberra, we appreciate you all.
I just want to say one thing, and that's everybody in the crowd here who's wearing green and supporting these great blokes. Thank you very much.
Righto, folks, here we go. We're going to get loud now. Let's hear it for the two